Put yourself in the shoes of an imaginary attacker. If you were looking in from the outside, which White House feature would give you visual access to plan your next move? That's right, the windows. And remember, the building has 147 of them. The president's personal office, as you've undoubtedly seen in countless photos, has a mostly window-lined back wall, allowing for plenty of natural light. But of course, it also allows for others to peer in. That's why the White House windows are backed up with a second layer of ballistic glass behind the traditional windows. What we do know, however, is that ballistic glass doesn't come cheap. Just 1 square foot of the protective layer goes up for $100. The windows were actually put to the test on the evening of Friday, November 11, 2011. A man from Idaho, Oscar Ortega Hernandez, allegedly fired 2 shots from a high-powered rifle toward the south face of the White House, from a car more than 2,100 feet away. While one shot went rogue and landed in the grass, the other struck a historic window. The layer of ballistic glass stopped the bullet, as per its job. Another incident occurred a few years later, in January of 2015, although this time, no damage was done and it was purely accidental. After finishing off a shift, one government employee was experimenting with his drone on the expansive White House lawn. The drone managed to fly through the airspace undetected by many security systems. However, when he landed the drone on the grass, countless alarms were triggered. The White House security went into a frenzy, but of course, it was a false alarm. This experience showcased an alarming gap in the White House security protocol. They could not guarantee spotting mid-air drones. Henceforth, they installed drones of their own, with 2 specific purposes. 1, to act as roving security cameras, and 2, to take down any other threatening drones that might come into the White House's airspace. The reason that landing drone triggered the alarm was because it tripped one of the many infrared sensors that cover the White House lawns. White House sensors aren't arranged in laser-like patterns that are set off by movement. They're far more thorough and foolproof than what you typically see in a spy or a heist movie. What happens if those alarms are triggered? Be it the SWAT team on the roof, the guard dogs around the grounds, or the Secret Service at the entrance. Now about those cunning Secret Service agents we mentioned. There are close to 1,200 Secret Service agents posted around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, throughout not just the White House, but the embassies and diplomatic missions in Washington, D.C. However, those are only the uniformed officers. The Secret Service has 2,800 more agents which operate in plain clothes throughout the area. The Secret Service's expert tactics in both threat prevention and threat response are as important as any job in existence. Those particular agents, who patrol the White House grounds, are split into emergency response teams and are often hidden from the public eye, ready to pounce at any needed moment. If an alarm is triggered, rather than wait for intruders to reach their zone, they spring into action and rush to the designated area that's been breached. Armed with semi-automatic weapons, they can take down a violent intruder almost immediately.